magandang umaga po. Ito ang programang Bawal ang Pikon. Get it straight with Daniel Razon. Mula po na umalis sa pagsiservisyo bilang kalihim ng Departments of Tourism, Interior and Local Government, bihira na ho natin siya makita o madinig. At di natin masyadong naririnig yung kanyang mga dating opinyon na sinasabi. Ngayong umaga po kasama natin siya sa programa. Ano ba ang kanyang pinagkakaabalahan? And let me welcome to the program former Secretary Rafael Alunan III. Sir, good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning, Daniel.
Welcome. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Danny.
You haven't changed much.
Likewise.
Have a seat, sir, please. Ano pa rin, talagang maskulado pa rin. Sir, let's get it straight. Dito ho sa... Dati kasi kayong Secretary of Interior Local Government.
Yes.
Ano? Unahin ko na muna sa situation natin ngayon dito sa nakikita ninyo. Kung kayo ang Secretary ng Department of Interior and Local Government, would you agree na paalisin na sa pwesto si Chief PNP Purisima?
Probably because we've done that in the past, no?
Yes, yes.
If a commanding officer of a particular unit is performing poorly because of the performance of his people, and nothing much is being done to correct it, we've relieved officers.
So you believe that nothing much have been done?
If something is being done, we don't know about it. Hindi alam ng...
Hindi nararamdaman.
Hindi nararamdaman ng
And
taong
it's
bayan.
not being effective, siguro, kung ganun man, kung may ginagawa man.
That's correct. But it's also possible that, because this is political season, and also because Christmas is around the corner, usually these things
Nagka-crop up.
nagka-crop up, no? At natsyempuan lang na sensationalize.
Yes, but for sure, kayo ho ay nag-observe, ano? At alam ko naman na once na naging nandun kayo talaga dati, so parang inaano nyo, kayo sumasagot din kayo ng tanong eh. Pag may tanong na ganito, merong sa sarili nyo, meron kayo sinasabi, eto dapat ang gagawin.
Oh, kasi Danny, with President Ramos, we follow the principle of command responsibility.
Okay.
We have to make sure that everybody up and down the chain follow the rules, they're devoted to duty, and perform.
So hanggang saan po ang tinitingnan ninyong tatamaan dapat sa ganito with regard to command responsibility aspect?
Well, kung ang station commander ang may problema, so the person on top of the station commanders ay mananagot dapat yan. No? And so, up the line. No? Kagaya ng Loma Police Station, halimbawa, walo siya mang nasangkot doon. So clearly, the police station commander has to be relieved. But his immediate supervisor must be asked, ano bang ginawa mo? Bakit hindi mo alam? No? And what steps are you taking or have you taken to make sure that the other police stations are not following the lead of La Loma? Pag hindi yan nasagot yan, relieve pati siya, relieve.
So, based on your observation, is it wise now na si Chief PNP ay ihanap na ng mas magaling na kapalit?
I think if President Aquino would like to improve the performance of the PNP and given a thorough audit of the performance of Chief PNP Purisima, if warranted, he should be let go.
So, umakyat pa tayo ng konti, sir, kasi hindi lang ho yung panawagan ng pagre-resign ni Chief PNP, pati Secretary Rojas.
Well, but yes, I was just about to say, kasi as far as the PNP is concerned, the buck stops at the level of the NAPOLCOM chairman. But if the NAPOLCOM chairman is not performing, then his immediate supervisor is the President of the Philippines, kasi yun ang chain of command. So both the President has to conduct an audit of the performance of the NAPOLCOM down to the PNP. Yeah.
So pagka tinignan nyo ho ngayon dito, masasabi nyo kayo man mismo as an ordinary citizen now,
Yes.
Hindi kayo happy sa performance ng mula sa Department of Interior Local Government Secretary?
I have mixed feelings.
Yes.
Because I also know that for the past 6 years, the Philippine National Police have been undergoing what we call the performance governance system, which is to transform themselves over a period of 30 years.
Yes.
This is being undertaken under the auspices of the Institute for Solidarity in Asia, of which I am a fellow. And this is an initiative that was led, that is being led by former Secretary Justice Stanislao. And many government agencies, including the uniformed services, have latched on to the performance governance system, which is patterned after the balanced scorecard. It's a management tool. It's a management tool that enables institutions to transform themselves over a period of time. And it's values-based. And I've seen how the different uniformed services, including the PNP, have been trying to bring this forward and bring it down. No? But the journey of transformation takes long. That's why when they were asked, bakit hanggang 2030 yan? Sabi nila, because it takes that long to change the culture. Alam nila yung problema nila. So in the process of wrestling with their own demons, lumalabas din itong mga ito.
But you can see somehow that we're moving forward, or medyo slow as expected?
Slower than expected, no? Because as they change their leadership internally, no? It all depends on the quality of the preparations for takeover. Kung mahina yung preparations, the progress of the transformation program will slow down. No? So it really all depends. And that's another obstacle that they're aware of. And they're wrestling with that.
Kasi dalawang bagay lagi yung sinasabi nila. It's either slow as expected or slower than expected, dahil parang marami na nag-iisip na pinapabagal talaga ng iba, at yung iba naman ay nag-iisip na hindi nila kaya talagang pabilisin.
During my time, midway through the term of President Ramos, I sat down with him and gave him an accounting of the first 3 years. And I started off with his early retirement program that he asked me to undertake for the Philippine National Police. At the start of his term, we sat down with the senior officers of the Philippine National Police, over 200 generals and colonels, and said that we will undertake an early retirement program. And we'd like you to recommend to us who are the members of the 9-man committee chaired by Secretary Alunan that will look at your records and then recommend who will be eligible for early retirement.
Okay.
And they did. It was a very open, consultative process. And after about 6 months of deliberations, face-to-face, and looking over all of their summaries of information, the house cleaning of the Philippine National Police began with the early retirement of 63 senior officers. In the next 3 years, we went down the ranks and relieved another, or retired early, another 3,000. Some of them were brought to court for criminal offenses. Midway through, I sat down with the command group and I asked them, look, we've been at this for the past 3 years, but it looks like ang dami pa. Marami pa tayong problema. Ano ba talagang sitwasyon? Give me your, straight from the shoulder, your assessment. And sabi nila, sir, ballpark figure lang ito. But today, sabi nila, we have 100,000 personnel. But sa aming tingin, 25% of the 100,000 are carrying the institution on their shoulders.
Okay.
50% are mediocre. But the balance of 25% need to be drummed out of the service. So I said, my golly, that's 25,000, that's 3,000. We have 22,000 to go. And that's what I told President Ramos. And then I said, Mr. President, if we have 22,000 to go, that means for the last 3 years, you have to let go of 7,000. But my plan is to replace them with 3,500 only, or 50% of what we let go. Train them well, equip them well, integrate them with the 25% who are performing, so that they can influence the balance of who are mediocre. He says, that's a good plan. I said, well, yeah, but Mr. President, I said, the police are just the starting point of the criminal justice system. That entire highway ends up in penology. In between, you've got prosecution and the judiciary. And if the entire system is not reformed, it's just the PNP, wala akong mayayari. Because anybody can escape the system at any time. No? Oh, okay, that's true. But, you know, the reality of Philippine politics is that in the latter half of a presidential term, reforms are set aside and hardcore politics step in.
Doon na pumapasok yung kung bakit ine-expect mo na mabagal talaga ang magiging reforms na pagdating ng kalahati. Dahil wala, ang iniisip na nila is we're going out or sino yung dapat na i-prepare natin para hindi naman tayo argabyado afterwards.
Correct. And I recall that one of the stalwarts of the party said, if we do that, we're going to be, we'll be asking for trouble. And if we create trouble before the elections, we're dead ducks.
So, do you believe that it is the same thing that is happening now?
I suspect that that's what's happening now. But, you know, looking at it for the past 4 years, no, I think there's also a question of aptitude.
Okay.
There's a lack of risk management and crisis management, no, skills. That this administration has exhibited, resulting into more problems, and that's the situation we face today.
But you have worked with the former President Aquino as well.
Yes.
How are you going to compare yung anak at saka yung nanay in terms of management? At yung paglilid and leadership.
Well, I haven't worked with this guy. I've only seen or read the papers, but I've had direct contact with President Aquino. President Aquino gave us full authority to manage our departments.
Okay.
No, and one time I remember approaching her, and I said, "Ma'am, you know, the problems are so overwhelming that you know, Can I recommend a better replacement for me so that, you know, things can move faster?"
Okay.
She says, "Why?" She says, "Well, I feel like I'm not
comfortable.
I'm not really that skilled, and parang I'm going to let you down. I'm going to let down the people." You feel that way? So, what do you think I feel?
Okay.
I didn't ask for this job. I said, but I need people like you. Let's just hold our hands together and finish this together. She was very humble. And I was very touched by that. She struck me as a president who listened. No?
Which you don't see to...
And was empathetic.
Okay.
And I feel that from what I read and from what I hear, in many ways, it's not like that.
Alright. Paano ho kayo napasok naman dito sa usapin ng Bangsamoro? At ano ba ang... Kasi parang if we're going to listen to the voice of the people, marami ho, especially yung mga nandito naman sa Metro Manila or yung nasa iba, yung wala naman doon sa South, hindi nila masyado ding nag-grasp at naintindihan yung ano ba ito? Ano ba tong usapin na ito ng Bangsamoro deal, and how is it going to affect the whole nation? Before you answer that, sir, we'll pause for a break.